Hey everyone, welcome to part 5 of the NASCAR 99 season. I will qualify for this Pocono Raceway, which I mentioned that hopefully one of these days I can go to a Pocono race. I hear the Pocono Mountains are a beautiful place, and the fact that Pennsylvania is just next door, it's like on the other side of me I've not been to Indiana. I have been pretty close, I suppose, as I've been on the edge of Ohio a couple of times. I've been to Cincinnati plenty of times, which is like way off on the western end. I'm more on the southeastern part of Ohio. But yeah, let's see how this Pocono adventure turns out. See how this qualifying lap turns out. It's looking alright so far. I actually handled that turn pretty good. Let's see what I do. What kind of lap was that? It was good enough for 5th place. Okay, sweet. I like how my car just zoomed across the line there. Alright, let's see what I can do here at Pocono. Zoom me around here. Zoom me around. Get up to 200 miles per hour. Miles per hour. Tails. He's my favorite Sonic character. Although Shadow's a close second because he's dark and edgy and relatable and emo, and his game is actually not as bad as everybody says it is. I actually really like Shadow the Hedgehog. I played a crap ton of that on the GameCube. I remember renting that around the time it was fairly new, and I was like, this is actually pretty fun. And my parents were flipping out because they're super uptight, and whenever they heard Shadow say damn in the game, they were like, did he just cuss? But I mean, that was kind of the whole point of that game, was for Shadow to be all dark and edgy and to say swears and shoot guns and pew pew and all that good stuff. And even the music in that game is incredible. All of Me, that is a great song. I like that song. I use that in my treadmill playlist once in a while, as I have a whole playlist. Actually, I have a whole playlist of Sonic songs that I have specifically for a treadmill. It consists of plenty of the classics, and that's one of them. I feel like that's one of the better Crush 40 songs, although I will admit it's kind of funny, that meme that I see where the lyrics are misinterpreted as, I am at Audi. I've been to Audi a few times. It's a nice place, and there's one that's about a half hour, 40 minutes from me. It's a nice Audi. Though one time, my quarter got stuck in the cart, and I remember flipping out about it. I was like, I just want my freaking quarter back. I'm sure it was a little bit more colorful than that, but I remember, I mean, it's supposed to give you back your quarter when you park it, but it just, for some reason, that cart was being janky, and me being a cheapo at the time, I was just like saving as much money and chump change as I can. And I probably should be a little bit better about that nowadays, considering the fact that I lost a crap ton of hours in the span of 3 months at work. But sometimes it's kind of hard to. I mean, sometimes money just gets away from you, and you gotta be really careful. You gotta have a tight budget if you really want to succeed in life, folks. That is the biggest piece of advice I think I could probably give somebody. That, and don't be a bad person. But, you just gotta be really careful with your money sometimes, folks. Every little purchase adds up, and that's one thing I've learned over the years, and I developed a bit of an eBay addiction pretty early, but I've been able to break that through the course of the summer, and while I haven't saved any money as a result of losing hours, I have gotten better, and oh no, folks, oh no, oh no, took somebody with me there, so hopefully I don't get a dead last result as a result of that. Unless that 21 car started moving, and yeah, he did. I'm the only car out of the race. Crap. I fell back to 11th in points. I'm about nearly 90 points back from the top 10. Man, this is just not going too great. This has been a rough season so far at 99. And I'm going to head over to the road course of Sears Point, now known as Sonoma. No point in me qualifying for this one either, because I usually don't do too good in this one as far as road courses, and I got a little bit trigger happy with the camera change button. Oh no. Am I going to crash out again already? Can I at least complete a lap? That's all I want to do. I just want to complete a lap in this one. I stand a chance to gain a few positions. There's plenty of cars, though, from 99 that are, or from the 1998 season that are absent in this one. I feel like there's a few full-time cars they could have benefited from having in this game. Aw, you gotta be kidding me. Again? Again? This is just not my season. This is just not gonna be it, folks. Which, I mean, that's what happens when I turn the damage model on. I mean, sometimes in just, ooh, I lost a couple more spots. You know, I'm going to keep this part rolling. I'm going to go to Indianapolis. I'm not going to restart any races. It seems like a little bit of cheating. Considering I have the damage model on, I might as well just deal with it. I am going to qualify this time. And hopefully I can get something solid out of this. Man, I didn't expect to have 2 DNFs in a row. Just not my season. I still feel like I can at least get a top 10. I haven't even won a race yet. Have I? No, actually I don't think I have, because there was that runner-up finish. There was that. So man, this is just not going too hot so far. Which I think I'm pretty much at the mid-season of the game at this point. I mean, I will do that after this race. I will go and look at the official results. It gives you a full-on statistics sheet, and that is very nice. I wish more of the NASCAR games had something like that, where you can go back and look at past finishes. I hope that was a good lap. See what it does. Okay, 3rd place. Yeah, that's a good lap. Let's get this moving. Alright, what can I do? What can I do here at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Hopefully one of these days I can go there. I would like to go to either an Indy 500 or a Brickyard 400. I heard NASCAR's planning on rotating between the Brickyard 400 and the Indy Road Course. Not really a fan of that idea. I wish they would just stay at Indianapolis, even if it doesn't always put on the most memorable races. It's still an iconic track, and NASCAR has pretty much made it one of their many homes. I feel like the Brickyard 400 is quite less significant than the Indy 500, but I do feel like it still has its prestige. It still has its legacy. I feel like my odds to put on a good result might actually be better here than what the last 2 races were. I just hope eventually I can win a freaking race, because, man, this has not been my season. Between turning that damage on and turning the pit stops on, and turning the difficulty up a smidge, I feel like I have pretty much put the odds against myself here. Which, I made the difficulty a little bit more in NASCAR 98 as well. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like I was cruising to easy victories, which I have done so many times in this game. I want to make it a little bit more fair and balanced. Unlike some things that claim they are fair and balanced, I just want to try to even up the competition a little bit, even up the score a little bit. I would think with the halfway point coming up within the next lap and a half, I would probably want to pit. Although I did mention something about experimenting with the pit process and staying out as long as I can. I think I'm going to do that this time around, actually. And I'm not quite sure I've led a lap yet. My memory is being a little bit short-term at the moment. I am putting up a pretty good fight. It seems like I've put up a pretty good fight in a few of these, but I just can't quite close the deal, and these bad pit stops are making it even more challenging. So you know what? I am going to challenge the system here. I'm going to stay out as long as I feel like I can. I think maybe I can get another lap. That low fuel meter, I even like the graphics for that. And I like how it changes the closer you get to running out of fuel. It starts to get darker. Now it is starting to get darker a little bit. Eventually it will change to out of fuel. I'm not the only one staying on pit road, or staying off pit road at this time. It looks like half the field has stayed with me. My low fuel light has turned red. I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to go any further, folks. I'm just going to go ahead and pit here. But I will not take left or right side tires. I'm not taking right tires this time. I want to try to cut down as much time as possible. Just changing it up here a little bit. See if my pit crew can come through for me. I really hope they can get me something good this time. I did manage to scoot off pit road fairly quick, so that's good, that's good. I'm not in last, according to the track map. It's looking pretty good this time. Just merge onto the track here. I've still got a few laps to go. I think that was a smart move to not take 4 tires. I feel like pit strategy might actually play into my favor this time. And while I may not necessarily win the race, I will at least come out of this with a somewhat decent result, even if I don't end up winning. Now, hopefully I can catch some draft here, make some moves, at least get to the top 10. I feel like the top 10 is within my reach. Oh yeah, there's that blue light that comes on your gauge there, that draft light. Oh yeah, I'm making some moves now. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I can at least get into the top 10 now. Just kind of ease into this corner. I feel like that was a good go. I feel like if I can just take some of these corners a little bit better, maybe hitting the wall all the time probably doesn't help. Ooh! There's a whole lot of cars up there, which makes me kind of wonder if I can get into the top 5. I mean, if there's a chance I catch the draft, I may be able to do something. That light is on, that light is no longer on. But they're all kind of racing each other pretty hard. I'm sure I can pass at least one of them, right? Oh, yeah. All right. Ooh. that was a battle there, but I got sixth. That's not a bad result. You know what? I will take that. Seems good to me. Puts me back up to 11th in the points. Oh man, another road course coming up at the Watkins Glen. Let me see how my season's going here. I've got a DNF to start the season, and then a 10th, a 17th, 2, 15, 18, 13. Oh man, there's just 2 DNFs in a row, but I brought it back at Indy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, looks like I got 7 races left. So I'm going to go ahead and save the season, and I'll pick this up in the next part. I will see you then, folks.